What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel today. I'm excited to finally have been able to get enough decent footage to put together another Alliance War video, which we're running up against Le Troupe du Falcon. Don't judge me. I mean, I have no idea how to pronounce that. So shout out to anybody from that alliance, Ltdf. If you happen to be watching, leave a comment down below. Would love to hear from you guys. Which they were quite a bit lower than us. I think they are an 8.1 million alliance, and I think right now, even down a member, I think we're like at 9.6. I should have looked it up. I think we're well over 9.5, I believe. So I guess we're either doing poor or they're doing really well that we got matched up together. But either way, that's what we've got. Which my teammates had already cleared a ton of the map by the time I got in. I got in about 6 hours after it had started, which is quite a bit later than I usually get in. But I used my standard team. This is the same team I've used now. I think this is the 4th war since the patch dropped. I used Winter Soldier, X-23, and also Vision. Seem to be having quite a bit of success with that group, so I will continue to run it. Now, I did boost up, and as you can see there, I was grabbing the incendiary round for my special too. But I did boost up because I knew I was going to be able to get in at least like 3 or 4 consecutive fights here. So I think I've got the 20% overall boost on. I don't remember the name of that specifically, but that's the second time now that I've taken an S1 to the face, and I don't know what it is about Ultron, man. He always gets me. You'll see at the end of this war, he manages. Well, I'm not going to spill anything, but if you've watched any of my other Alliance wars, you know that for whatever reason, I've played against probably like 1,000 Ultrons in AW, and he still gives me problems. This node here is the enhanced abilities node. I was very much expecting to see like a Nightcrawler or a Spider-Man here, and was very surprised to see Quake. I'm not sure exactly what the thought process here is behind putting Quake on this node, and that happens to me a couple times. It seems like my block is being broken. I don't know if that's an issue, possibly something that they'll be fixing in the patch that it is dropping. But yeah, not a great pick. I don't think she. I don't know, doesn't have any innate abilities that are going to be that difficult to play around, so was able to take her out. I went ahead and moved up. This is kind of a different path than what I normally take, so I really had to read through these because I was not at all familiar with this path. Again, I don't know what I was expecting to see on this path, but it definitely was not Falcon. And there is an issue with Falcon Special 2 that I want to point out. And it is the same problem that I have all the time with She-Hulk when I play her. The animation, when it finishes and you go into attack, I don't know how to explain it. You'll just have to watch it. It'll happen here in a second. But this fight was fairly easy, and if it wasn't for this right here, you know, I don't know how to explain it. You know, when he finishes off his animation, when you go in to attack, like it looks like you should be able to attack, there's like one more little part of his animation that he hasn't finished yet. And the timing of that is all screwed up, and I take a lot of damage for no reason at all. And I know She-Hulk Special 2 is like that, but his S2 did quite a bit of damage, bleed damage there. Always love to see that. And I thought I was gonna have enough energy to get that next fight, but this was about an hour later, so my buffs have fallen off, unfortunately. This one here, I don't know, in the back of my mind, I was expecting to see an Electro at some point, and I took the gamble, and yep, that's exactly what it was. So I'm so glad that I brought in X-23. She is so much fun to play with. I really, to be honest, have not done that well with her in Alliance Wars. I think it's more so just me playing bad than her being a bad character. Because what you'll see here is just a perfect case scenario for using X-23. You just let the character bleed out with Electro. When you do get health regens that pop up, you know, just let those run all the way out. You don't want to negate one by having a second regen pop up and losing the first. So I just go ahead when I get one pop up, just pull back, let that thing spin all the way out, and go back in. Now the end of this fight works out basically, I mean, picture perfect. I'm not sure that you could ask for a better ending to a fight than this. I'm looking to get another regen. I get it and got one bleed, and game over. The bleed, the very last tick killed him. And that is the way to play Electro if you've got to play him when you don't have like a Black Widow or something. So we're just going to keep rolling on. I basically cleared this entire side of the map by myself. This is just a critical boost. I wasn't really sure what to expect here, but it is a Nightcrawler, and I just play bad. I give people advice on how to play him. I can tell you how to play him, and then a lot of times I don't even take my own advice. Like, I'm feeling fairly confident at this point. I feel like if I just am careful, I can bleed him out, and I really should have taken that opportunity right there to run in and try to push him into his next mode. But at this point, I'm just trying to do damage control here, just trying to get regens and let those things, you know, give me as much health as possible, and just a bad idea. Don't ever mess around with Nightcrawler. Right there, that was kind of my opportunity to save myself, and it just didn't happen. So Vision is going to have to finish him off, and I play... Can I just point out how hard he hit me right there? That was like 10,000 damage in 2 hits, which is absolutely insane. I never see that kind of damage coming from Nightcrawler, but right here I am able to push him into swashbuckling, excuse me. And really, once you've got him in that mode, if he is on, you know, a node that isn't stun immune, he's really pretty easy to take out. You just need to make sure that your parries are on point, and you'll be good to go there. I am kind of toying around with the possibility of maybe swapping out Vision for Hulk. I would like to just do some testing with him, especially if I'm going to be running this path in the future. What I really should have done is taken a look before I came in here to see which paths were open. I probably would have done a better job and brought Hulk in this time, but anyway, I do go ahead and I threw a couple of potions on a Winter Soldier. This is another stun immune node, so this I believe is the second time I have fought Ultron on a stun immune node. And to be totally honest with you, this fight was going perfect. I don't want to spoil anything. I clearly have, but you'll see how quickly things can turn if you make any mistakes in Alliance Wars. And I've got a ton of health right here. I mean, my Winter Soldier I think has got like 24,000 health. So right now I'm rocking probably close to 20k, and just like that, screw up, and he's got me down at half health, probably a little bit below half health. Which the incendiary round right there was perfect. I got that off just as it was pushing him into a regen, so that incendiary round negated the majority of the beginning of that regen. Doesn't tick for a whole lot, but Ultron also doesn't heal for a lot now since the nerf to willpower. So I'm feeling very confident. I should have fired off an S1 at the end of that combo that might have finished him with a crit. But I wanted to finish the fight on an S2, and I paid the price dearly for that. Yeah, just like that. I mean, things turn so fast, and Ultron, I don't know what it is, man. That S1 is so easy to evade, and it hit me probably 4 or 5 times in this Alliance War, which is, frankly, is a little bit embarrassing. People are probably laughing at me right now because of my struggles with Ultron, but anyway, so this is an opportunity finally to get a fight in on a mini boss. I don't see too many mini bosses, to be totally honest with you. So I'm not really sure what to expect here. This is a immune to debuff effects, so basically you can't stun them, no bleed damage, nothing like that. I'm thinking probably a Magic or a Spider-Man or a Nightcrawler, and it is none of the above. Which Rhino, I do feel fairly comfortable with Rhino. I have got a video out on how to beat him, which what you really want to do is basically just evade all of his incoming dash forward attacks until you can push him back into a corner. And I've got people following me in the middle of a fight here. But you need to have quite a bit of health, because the opportunities to attack him, and I know I screwed that up right there. The opportunities to attack him are when he uses a special or when he tries to do a heavy attack. So basically you want to do a lot of blocking, because as soon as you do a block, the AI, just like that twice in a row, is going to try to break that block, and that is your opportunity to get in and to attack. Now, one of the downsides to having a power drain you can't control is fights like this when you really need the enemy's special to have a window of opportunity to attack. You know, you saw there a few seconds ago, I had power drained him, and that did it again right there. You lose the opportunity, you know, for that option to come in and attack after his special one animation. But at this point, I'm feeling fairly confident. He's got a lot of health, but I've got him in the corner right where I want him. You can see there that you are going to take a lot of damage, and again, more people following me on Twitter, so shout out to you. Mighty Marsh, I think was the name there. Unfortunately, I don't get any bleeds because he's immune to the debuff effect, so I'm missing out on a ton of damage from my S2s. I probably really should have been using, in a perfect case scenario, the armor-piercing round. But, I mean, really for this character, once you've got him in the corner, you really don't want to let up, you know, unless you just need to bait out a special. You know, if you go into this fight, you know, with like 3, 4, 5,000 health, I'm not sure that you're really going to be able to finish him off. So like I said at the beginning, or I don't know if I mentioned it or not, I did have to put a couple health potions back into him. Everything that I used, I had in my inventory, I think, except for like the last potion I used here for Winter Soldier. So really, it wasn't terrible. I had most of that on hand. But as you can see here, we are able to finish him off. Now I'm just kind of waiting and hoping for an S1, and I get it right there. So that was a really good fight. I don't know how many hits that was in total. That felt like close to about 100. Let's see here. 96. Okay, so that was a pretty close guess. Now this is the final boss, and if you want to see how not to play Nightcrawler, yeah. And then I go in with X-23, and I think it's even worse. Let me see here. Yeah. Hits me in one hit there for almost 8,000 damage. I was very tempted not even to show those last two fights just because they were embarrassing, but again, I am just a mere mortal and I do make mistakes. So this is the very end of the fight. As you can see, we've got almost 30% more exploration. We got our final boss down in our group, so I am expecting a win, and that is exactly what happens. I probably didn't need to use potions at all, but I wanted to try to get in as many fights as I could and basically cleared that whole left path there by myself. But I didn't see myself in the top 3, and you can see there I fell in top 4, which I was looking to see where Gravender fell, so you can go bug him about this. I think he was, yeah, 16. Him and Turbo were exactly at 3.3%, so you can go bug him about that. All right, guys, as always, I hope you enjoyed the Alliance War gameplay. If this is something you'd like to see more of, let me know. I think I may have over-edited this video, and I was trying to make it more simplistic and streamlined, but I think I may have made it too quick. But anyway, let me know down in the comment section below. All right, until the next video, have a great day.